Hello, this is Patrick's reading channel, and today I'm going to read you The House That Sneezed. Author David Lennie, artist Peter Kendall. The house at 17 Roseberry Street had always been spotlessly tidy and neat, but the people who'd kept it so clean for so long had sold it and now moved out, and now they were gone. New people came, and Miss McNeese was their name. Their car was a mess, and their clothes were the same. They couldn't have cared the house was so clean, but they left things untidy wherever they'd been. Then they noticed that there was a note with the keys, and the note said, "Beware, do not make this house sneeze." But they laughed when they read what the little note said. "Ha ha," said Mr. and Mrs. McNeese. "Now that we've bought it, we'll do what we please, and whoever heard of a house that can sneeze?" As soon as the house-moving people were told, they moved in the furniture, mouldy and old. The saucepans were rusted, the cushions were busted, the vases and pictures had never been dusted. Before they had lived there for very much time, the house lost its neatness and cleanness and shine. And although they'd be warned, the family McNeese did all sorts of things that might make a house sneeze. The man was a smoker who sat on the sofa, surrounding himself in a cigarette haze. The room got so choked from the ash and the smoke that sometimes he was hidden for days and days. The cat carried fleas and deposited hairs on carpets and curtains and couches and chairs. The dog was a monster with shaggy red fur. He knew where the best spots to gather dust were. He'd cover himself from his tail to his snout and run through the house just to shake it about. Sam was the girl's name, and so was the boy's. The girl didn't cuddle her cuddly toys. She ripped out their fluff and she bit off their paws, and she scattered their fluffing all over the floors. It's not nice. The boy had 10 birds and a little pet mouse. They weren't in a cage. They just roamed around the house. He fed them by throwing their food in the air, so breadcrumbs and birdseed went everywhere. The mother used powder to cover her face. She puffed it and fluffed it all over the place. And then she used hairspray and arm spray and air spray and fire spray and leg spray and mouth spray and neck spray. All the rust and the dust and the feathers and hairs, all the breadcrumbs and stuffing from teddies and chairs, all the ash and the smoke and the powder and sprays made the house sneezy in terrible ways. The poor little house tried not to sneeze, but how could it help with people like these? It started to shake. The family thought there must be an earthquake. The ceiling was lifted. The beds and the bookcases slided and shifted. The crockery quivered. Pictures and ornaments rattled and shivered. "Run!" said Mr. and McNeese. "It looks like the house is going to sneeze." The lights flickered on, the furniture hopped. Then all of a sudden, the trembling stopped. But just when they thought they'd been through the worst, it started much worse than at first. They flew through the air and sailed in the breeze. They landed in bushes and branches of trees. As they picked themselves out of the bushes and trees, the family of Mr. and Mrs. McNeese discussed the note that had come with the keys, but they'd done nothing to make the house sneeze. So they gathered their things, and the house-moving men came and collected it all again, and they moved far away from the house that sneezed. They were very annoyed, but the house was quite pleased. Thank you for reading with me. See you another time. The boy had 10 birds and a little pet mouse. Can you find the 10 birds and a little pet mouse? Pause the video and look for them, and then I'll tell you the answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the pet mouse there.
Anything to say on
Yes, definitely.
that? Okay, ready?